Here we have a 2015 on a 65 registration, Mercedes Atego 1218L, Plaxton Cheetah XL 36 seat midi coach. We have a pair of these available, currently operated by Selwyn's up in the northwest. Don't worry about the orange light, that's just for the airside work that Selwyn's do quite a bit of. This thing's very straight on the panels. Obviously this was Plaxton's replacement for, you can just see them over there, the good old traditional Cheetah. Bit marmitey, these vehicles. They've not sort of been everybody's cup of tea. I mean, for people who run Atego based vehicles already, like Soleras or Humvee products, not an issue, but for people who are just used to the old Vario, as I said, they've never really quite hit the spot. Reverse cameras fitted. The one thing you've got on the Cheetah XL over the original Cheetah is, even with maximum seating capacity, which is 36, you've still got a good amount of luggage. If you remember on the old Cheetah, if you got seats you didn't get luggage, and if you got luggage you didn't get seats. Here we've solved that problem, or Plaxtons have solved that problem. In addition to that, you've also got a decent amount of luggage in the side locker. The Achilles heel for these vehicles, which was addressed on later ones, is the access, because you've got 5 steps up into the saloon. On later models they've dropped the aisle to make it a little bit easier, but once you get inside it feels more like a big coach. You can stand here and be looking at the back of a Panther, you know. It borrows or shares a lot in common with a Panther or a large Plaxton coach. 36 Brucer reclining seats with 3-point seat belts. These are finished in two-tone leather just to give it a bit of a classier feel, but it does have that big coach feel. As in the big Plaxton products, we have Thermoking air conditioning, there's a carpet to the aisle, standard big coach luggage racks and PSUs. We are wired for CCTV in here, so really, you know, once you kind of get past the entrance, it's like being in a big coach. One thing I can't understand, you've got a crew seat there and then you've got a seat up front which is a passenger seat, or it's certified as such. Got me a little bit confused, that. Under there is a Euro 6 Mercedes engine. That is driven through Mercedes 8-speed PowerShift 3 automated gearbox. I find the cab areas very well laid out, far more, other than sort of having to mountaineering through the driver's door. Personally, I just climb over here, but other than that, it's a very well laid out, comfortable working environment. So as I said, bit marmitey, but I think the pros outweigh the cons, in my opinion. I get that a lot of people say they're not pretty, but you know, you're not here to marry it, are you? You know, I get that, and as I said, they haven't done what they were intended to do, but for me it's Mercedes, you're not going to get better on a little coach. Being a truck chassis, it'll take a bit of pounding, a bit of pain. There's nothing wrong with a Plaxton product, I don't care what anybody says. I've ran Plaxtons, I've driven Plaxtons, I know operators who will run nothing except Plaxtons. There's not an issue there. The interior is well spec'd and comfy and has a big coach feel. I think for most people the issue is sort of behind the engine, if that makes sense. Behind the engine it's great, but beyond sort of the front door is the bit that people aren't keen on. But for me, it's Euro 6. It's got a good interior, decent seating capacity. It'll do the job. Absolutely do the job. I think, you know, if I speak to people like Tom James at York Pullman and Russell Andrews at Andrews at Tides, well, it's a bit like a lot of vehicles, the hardest one's the first one. They bought one and they've continued to buy them. Russell Andrews says that his passengers love them. So, you know, it's small groups, so they can't be that bad. I think we've just got to stop. I think we've got to start thinking like businessmen and not like enthusiasts. As I said, it's not pretty, but you're not marrying it. So, it's 2015, or one of two 2015, 65 registered Mercedes-Benz Atego 1218L, Plaxton Cheetah XL, 36 seat midi coaches.